Hi, my name is Zachary Pruitt, and you're here because you want to learn how to play guitar. This is the very first video of many on how to learn how to play guitar. We're going straight from the beginning, and we're going to see how far we can get. So in this very first video, the first thing that we're going to learn, and the most important thing, is the names of the strings, right? So you have 6 strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Here, let's play those together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 6 strings, and each one has a letter name. I'm going to say the letter names first. E, A, D, G, B, E. That's Eddie. 8, dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. E, A, D, G, B, E. Eddie. 8, dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. Right? So there's 6 of them, and so there's 6 letters, and those are the notes. Those letters are actually the notes that are the guitar strings. So if you played those notes on the piano, it would sound like these notes that we're playing on the guitar. So it's very, very important that we remember those. We'll return to them. But right now, we are going to take a moment to try to learn some basic parts of the guitar so that we can kind of orient ourselves, right? So over here, we have a headstock. And most guitars have headstocks. On the headstock, you have the tuners, right? There's 6 tuners. Sometimes there's more, sometimes there's less, depending on your guitar. And yeah, they're generally, just, headstocks. They're at the top. They're great. At the headstock, there's this thing called the nut. Now later, that will become very important because the nut is depicted in several pictographs that we use, right? And the pictograph is basically, it's kind of like drawing it out, like a, engineering schematic, right? Or a map, right? Or like a, something like that, So we have the headstock and we have the nut, right? Headstock, nut, and then down here we have the body, right? This is the neck that attaches the headstock to the body, right? This is the whole body, and then this is the bridge. And really, that's probably where we'll stay for right now. You'll hear me mention other things, but these are things that you really should memorize. The body of the guitar, that's kind of where the strings and everything meet. The neck, and it has the pickups, or maybe you have an acoustic guitar with a hole, etc. Right? But you got a nice bridge here, and then a couple of pickups, which are just magnets on 6 strings, right? Going up the neck, and then being attached to the headstock, and you got a nut right here. All that good stuff, right? And that will just orient you to the guitar itself. Now, let's go back over the string names again. So, here we go. Say it with me. E, A, D, G, B, E. That's E, A, D, G, B, E. That's Eddie. 8, dynamite. by Eddie. That's Eddie. 8. Dynamite. Good by Eddie. All right, so now we're going to learn a little bit more about the parts of the guitar. This will also help. This is going to get a little bit more specific to that pictograph thing that we were talking about, and the neck itself, which is where we actually place our fingers to play it. So you will see these frets here. These are spaces, okay? The fret is not actually the metal part. The metal part has a different name, and I'll let you look that up because it's got a cool name. But the space is actually called the fret, right? So this space right here, this very first one, that's the first fret. All right, so this is the first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, sixth fret, and then you can just keep on going, right? Depending on how many frets your guitar has, right? So those are the frets, and those are very important. They will be on your tablature paper. That's going to be something that you're going to be using a lot here in the future, very near future, on how to learn songs. Tablature, guitar, tablature, and also chord blocks, right? The frets are very important on chord blocks as well, because that's how you learn chords and or scales for your guitar so that you can practice them. It's a way to visualize something on the guitar, because this is a grid, so it makes sense to try to use a visual cue to try to learn patterns on it, right? Because music has a lot to do with patterns. So we have frets, right? And that will go on, the frets will inform what's going on tablature, where the numbers in tablature are actually the fret numbers. So if you see a 1, it's referring to the first fret, or if you see an 11, it's referring to the 11th fret, right? And then in chord blocks, you will see frets, but it will be a space. Sometimes you'll see maybe a number written next to it that's supposed to tell you that this chord block is starting here, maybe, like if you're doing a scale. Sometimes you don't see any numbers next to it, and then you just see a picture with the nut right there, right? You'll actually see a very clear depiction of the nut. You'll see this in the future here. It makes it so that you can learn a chord, right? Like this, or this, right? This is the G chord with the 3rd fret, ring finger on the 3rd fret, right? That's a very easy chord, so maybe we can try it, pretty much right now,
Baby G, 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 baby G, baby G, baby G, baby G, G, baby G, baby G, baby G. Baby G, baby G, baby G, 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 baby G, baby G, baby G, 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 baby G.
Come back to it in a little bit. So those are the frets, right? And now we're gonna review again. We're gonna go back to the string names, right? We have E, A, D, G, B, E. That's E, A, D, G, B, E. That's Eddie, 8. Dynamite, good, bye, Eddie. That's Eddie, 8. Dynamite, good, bye, Eddie. Right? Now, make sure that you say those and you remember them. But now we're going to talk about fingers, because fingers are very important. And really, we use all 10 fingers in guitar, and most instruments you do as well to some capacity. Some fingers you use more than others. But we're going to talk about this one on our left hand here. Index, middle, ring, pinky, and then thumb, right? And I, M, R, P, and then T, right? And you will see that I will write that down sometimes to show you which finger to use. It'll be an I for index, etc. So that's index, middle, ring, pinky, thumb. And we're going to do an exercise right now that I call the cross exercise or cross chromatic exercise. And this will be the last thing that we do in our first lesson, right? Where we will, basically kind of use all of our tools. So we're going to go to the first fret, right? We know that the first fret's this first space right here. And we're going to take our index finger, and remember, index, middle, ring, pinky, thumb. Index, middle, ring, pinky, thumb. So we know index, sometimes we call it a pointer. We're going to call it our index finger. And we're going to put it on the first fret of the low, the big E string. So we're going to reach over top of all the other ones and put it there, right? So it's the low one, right? Now what we're going to do is we're just going to use our pointer finger, just our index finger, and we're going to hit every single one of these strings by themselves going across here. So that's the index finger. So first you're doing it on the E string, then you do it on A, then D, then G, then B, etc., right? You go all the way up and all the way down. Now, you're going to do the same exact thing, but now you're going to go to the second fret, and you're going to do it with the middle finger. Second fret, middle finger, right, across all of the strings, right? And then you're going to do it on the ring finger, right? And you're going to go pinky. So I've used all my fingers, and I'm index, middle, ring, pinky, and I went all the way up through the frets, and that's a really good exercise. You go up, and you go down. You go to the next finger, up, down, and then up, down, right? That's a very, very good exercise to do. That way you can just start used to what it feels like to press your fingers down, right? Now there's a lot of questions that you might have about tuning and things like that, or maybe some more, maybe something I haven't even thought of. Feel free to reach out to me in the comments, and maybe I can help you, or maybe I can point you into the direction of where to find the information that you're looking for. Yeah, that's pretty much it for our first lesson. We have our cross exercise. We wanted to learn the names of the string names, and we wanted to know a little bit more about the guitar parts before we keep on going. So I'm going to play it one more time at a really nice steady tempo. First, I'm going to review the string names. E, A, D, G, D, E. That's Eddie. A. Dynamite. Good. Bye. Eddie. E, E-A-D-G-B-E. Eddie. 8. Dynamite. Good. Bye. Eddie. And then the cross exercise. Second fret. Third fret. Fourth fret. We go back down. And I'm going to do it one more time. So I'm on the second fret. I'm going to do it one more time before we end the video, and I'm going to do it extra slow. First fret all the way across. Every fret, every string. I'm going backwards the other one. Forwards one, backwards the other. But one of the things that I'm trying not to do is, if it's in the first fret, I'm using my index finger, third fret, ring finger, second fret, middle finger, etc. And if I'm doing that, making sure I keep track of my fingers. That's really the point of this exercise, just so that I can strengthen these weaker fingers, the ring and the pinky, which aren't part of the tripod. And the tripod is the fingers that we use the most in our daily life. So stay tuned and keep an eye out and an ear out for the second video, because this is the first video. Thank you very much and have a great day.